this is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and this is 5 great and classy phones that won't cost you $1,000. They'll cost you significantly less for the most part. And, not everybody can afford that much money. Unfortunately, phones are going towards the high end when it comes to prices, in part, I think, just to connote their high-endness to a certain extent, more than just recouping R&D, advertising, and manufacturing costs. Be that as it may, until they're discounted and available cheaper, not everybody can afford them right now. And you want a phone that's pretty darn decent. So instead of just looking at really cheap phones that aren't so nice looking, maybe, I'm sorry, Moto E5 Plus, I'm looking at you. You look a little cheesy, You want something that does look nice. We've got a couple of different price points here to look at. First off, well, for those of you who are iOS people, there's this right here. This was the best you could do up until a week ago in iPhone land. This is the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus. You know what's going to happen. They're going to be discounted. Carriers and retailers are going to have stock of these things. They want to get rid of them. They're going to discount them. You probably save several $100. So they'll be cheaper than even the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, which themselves are expensive, at least not $1,000 worth. So something to keep in mind. Of course, Apple always keeps older models around, still sells them, like the iPhone 6 as well. And because the experience of iOS stays largely the same, as long as you've got the more modern creature comforts like a decent camera and a fingerprint scanner, you're going to have a good time with even an older iPhone. So continuing on, and by the way, my criteria isn't just that it looks classy and has nice materials. They have to have decent CPUs, competent or more than competent cameras, nice displays, colorful, bright, that sort of thing, at least full HD resolution, and have fingerprint scanners, because that's a modern security thing that I think most of us value. Here's a surprise one. The Blackberry Key One sells for around $540, and this is certainly a premium built device. You've got beautiful aluminum, you've got tactile materials here, competent camera, an actual hardware keyboard for those of you who still want it, Android with added BlackBerry security features. I mean, nice. And it's available on AT&T and Sprint, and there's an unlocked model that does both GSM and CDMA, so all 4 big carriers are covered with this. $550, sweet. Now you knew this one was coming, the OnePlus 5. Granted, OnePlus really started the whole affordable, almost flagship level device thing, and their prices have been going up because they're adding higher and higher end features, but still, starts at $479. This is one pretty phone, so you could get 2 of these for the price of a Galaxy Note 8 or an iPhone 10. Really sleek, slim design, metal casing. You've got a full HD OLED displays, top of the line Snapdragon 835 CPU, dual cameras, of course the fingerprint scanner. I mean, sweet, right? And then there's the Samsung Galaxy S8 with a 5.8-inch display, near bezel-free, or really it is because it wraps around the sides. Same size display as you would get on an iPhone 10, and you don't even have to go last generation with this one. This is current generation. There are so many discounts going on for the Galaxy S8. It's just amazing. Trade-in deals, half-price deals, BOGO deals already. So this one's a lot more affordable. Obviously, it's still a current flagship phone of the more pocketable variety for Samsung. So beautiful, high-resolution AMOLED display, iris scanner, fingerprint scanner, very competent rear camera, one of the best that's available right now. Good front camera. It's clearly a nice phone. Again, Snapdragon 835 for the US model, excellent Exynos CPU overseas. Nice. Now, as our least expensive phone, this one's almost a surprise. This is made by Blue, and they make the very low-end unlocked Android handsets. This one's GSM only. It won't do CDMA. That means Sprint or Verizon. But for them, this is, relatively speaking, flagship level device. It's the highest end device they've made yet. It came out at $199 just recently. We still have it in for a review. I haven't gotten to reviewing it yet. It's up to $249. That was the introductory price on Amazon. Still very inexpensive. But unlike most Blues, which were, always have a lot of compromises, this one is actually pretty nice. And the design is metal. And notice there's similarity to the last generation HTC phone with the metal back. I mean, it's not cheeseball looking at all. And up front, you get a very bright and colorful full HD display on here, a fingerprint scanner. It has a MediaTek CPU, but it's a higher end one. It's about like a Snapdragon 625. Pretty decent cameras also, $249. That's 4 you could buy for the price of one of the $1,000 flagship phones. So there you have it. Here's 5 phones that I think are quite nice, are significantly more affordable. And there's one more honorable mention, and that is for the Essential phone. That's Andy Rubin's brainchild, so got a lot of attention paid, and they had all sorts of you know, pie in the sky claims for it, but it's still a very nice phone with a design that's very similar actually to the iPhone 10, and it came first, so they didn't copy them. That kind of almost no bezel look, but instead of having the unibrow up top, you have, well, a pimple up top, obscuring the top section of the display, because they're trying to go top to bottom covering the display. It has a Snapdragon 835 titanium and ceramic casing, clip-on accessories like a 360-degree camera. So far the camera hasn't been as awesome as we'd all hoped, but still, it's a beautiful phone. That one is $699, so yes, that's one of the most expensive ones, but if you're looking for high-end but you don't want to go close to that $1,000 mark, you're getting something that is top of the line right now in Android world, and it looks a lot like the iPhone 10 to boot, and for $300 less. So there you have it. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of bucks to get some pretty nice phones these days, thank goodness. I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more cool tech videos, and thumbs up if you like this vid.